Hi, my name is Lisa. I'm here today to talk about multiple sclerosis, or MS. MS is an autoimmune disorder that affects the central nervous system, and it's something that I've been living with for about 5 years or so now. My journey started after I had an episode of vertigo, which resolved without being diagnosed properly. I then had an episode of my head and neck and arm falling asleep, essentially, feeling numb and tingly, pins and needles, which also was misdiagnosed. And then on December 28th of 2006, I was officially diagnosed with MS after having a major attack that left my entire right side, from my head to my toes, numb and tingly and unable to function, essentially. After having an MRI and a spinal tap, they were able to confirm that this is what was going on with me, and was able to then start dealing with what was going on. I am on one of the injectable medications called beta-seron. It's a shot I give myself every other day to try to prevent future attacks from happening, and if they do happen, to try to minimize the damage that could be done. MS is a disease that is completely different from person to person. Nobody has the exact same course, and there are endless amounts of possible symptoms and side effects that can happen. For me personally, it was that right-sided weakness that was really a big deal. And then approximately 6 months after that, I had an attack called optic neuritis that left me with close to no vision in my right eye. I now am considered legally blind in my right eye. So there are, a wide range of symptoms that are possible, and everybody's course will be completely different. I guess, the most important thing you can do is make sure you find a good neurologist and an MS specialist that can help you figure out what's going on with you and to help you navigate how to get through this journey. They're really a huge asset. I've had some difficulty in finding one. There aren't a lot out there, and some that I've been working with have retired or moved out of the area, but I have now thankfully found a really good neurologist, and I think that's key to anybody's treatment. Being diagnosed with a chronic progressive condition like MS can be very stressful and maybe even traumatic event for people, but I think the important thing is to keep perspective and to realize that this is not the worst thing that could ever happen, and it is in fact manageable if you use all the resources available out there for you, including physical therapy and nutritionists and neurologists and maybe occupational therapy. But there are ways to manage any of the things that could possibly happen, and there are lots of adaptive devices out there to help you navigate and get around the world and maintain a job if those things are something that you find yourself ever needing. So those things are available. As for nutrition, there aren't any real research studies out there to tell you what's good, bad, or otherwise, but I personally believe that eating an anti-inflammatory diet can help keep the inflammation in your system down. So I personally have adopted an anti-inflammatory diet as much as possible. Reaching out to the National Multiple Sclerosis Society was extremely helpful for me. They gave me a lot of information and support and pointed me in the direction of some people I could talk to who have been through similar struggles. So I would encourage anybody with this diagnosis or the possibility of this diagnosis to reach out to the society and to also get involved. Helping to be on a yearly walk team has been helpful for me. It helps me feel like I'm doing something and helping me feel like I'm working towards finding hopefully a cure for the disease, and maybe finding some kinds of medications that can prevent future damage or to reverse some damage that's already been done. So that helps me to feel like I'm doing something. In addition to a walk team, you could have some kind of other event. Personally, we have, my family has created an annual golf tournament called the Sure Cure Classic that helps to raise money for the MS Society so they can further their cause and hopefully find a cure for the disease. But I would certainly encourage anybody to reach out, get all the information that you can, and use all the supports available to help you get through this, because you will get through it, and it's just one more of those hurdles that comes up in life that you have to find a way to get through and get over, but there are ways out there. So hang in there and do everything you can to get every support for yourself.